Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. What the self is cannot be spoken, cannot be told. Then the language used is the language of negation. What the self is not. Okay. So, what we know this world. Then we know our sense organs, we know our organs of action, we know mind, we know intellect. So this is not the self. This is the technique. It is something like this. One person came to receive me on the airport in London, Heathrow Airport. For the first time, he has never seen me, so he offered, I'll go and pick up Swamiji and bring here, don't worry. So my host told that you don't know him, how will you know? Oh, don't worry. Swamijis are known very easily. Anybody can know Swami, I can go and find out. So he came to the airport, and in every flight there are at least half a dozen Swamis. And as per the providence, some Swami came ahead. So he came with the garland and all that and put a mala, Swamiji, Namaste, Chan. And thereafter he asked the question. So, your host so and so told me, go and pick up Swami Anubhavananda and bring. He said, I am not Swami Anubhavananda. Now will he say, okay, return my mala? In the same manner, we imagine that we know ourselves. I know myself. So, then who am I? So when I say, I am old, here the meaning of word I is body. When I say, I am hungry, here the meaning of the word I is pranamaya kosha. Prana has the function of hunger and thirst. When I say I am very unhappy, then I means the mind. When I say I am a self-made man, I am successful. So, self-made means what? Like the amoeba, I am born out of binary fission, no merits. Then it is the intellectual sheath, I. And when I say I am to Baba, happy go lucky, then the Anandamaya course. Here we don't stop. Then I am husband, I am wife, I am rich, I am poor, I am in-law, I am outlaw. So many I's. As a result, inside we are a crowd. We are not one. And wherever there is a crowd, there is a noise. Just observe this. How much we talk to ourselves. See, this time when I was coming to Australia, I had 2 passports. The latest passport is issued after the earlier passport is cancelled. But I don't know what are the rules, they are not cancelled my earlier passport. So I put on the number of the new passport. But when they saw in Bombay, oh, your visa is in other passport and you have got this new passport, I'll have to check with the Australian High Commission what is the rule and all that. Then I said, okay. After half an hour I said, let me see my passports. I said, no, see, this passport is not cancelled, so this is valid. Yes. Then give me on the basis of that, so she issued ticket. With the same ticket, passport, I crossed through Indian immigration, crossed through Australian immigration, crossed through New Zealand immigration. See? So, two passport, whether this is valid or that is valid. In the same manner, inside, we are not one, we are a dozen. And when we are a dozen, we keep on talking to ourselves. If he says like that, I will tell him what he thinks of himself. But if he says like that, then never mind, I am not going to give up like that. So we only raise the objections, we only give the answers, we only create the problem, we only try to solve them. In this manner, inside there is a poultry farm. See, next time you try this. Nagi, you can put half a dozen chairs behind. So, when we are doing anything in life, we have to first ascertain as to who am I. Unless this I is properly determined, we will never be able to understand the meaning of Satchidananda. Only by singing bhajan nothing happens. Mano buddhi hankar chittani naham. Nothing is going to happen. Similarly, Mera Satta Chitta Ananda Rupa Koi Koi Jane Re. Nothing is going to happen. क्या कोई कोई जाने रहे? I also don't know. See, friends, Bhajan Kirtan is okay for a time pass. It cannot give you ultimate freedom. See, friends. Therefore, we are told the language of negation. When we go to the teacher, this is the topic from Kenopanishad. There the student asks the question, Kene shitam patati preshitam manaha, etc. Under whose guidance and lordship the mind functions in its own field, and so also the sense organs and organs of action. Who is the controller? Who is prompting all these motivations or activities? So the teacher tells, I cannot tell you because na tatra chakshur gacchati. All that we know is what is seen or experienced by our sense organs. If there is something which is beyond the scope of sense organs, how we can know that? So na tatra chakshur gacchati. Second thing, we know something also by the speech. See, the other day I went to some village in Madhya Pradesh, and I was talking to my friend, and when we entered, that old lady, maybe his grandmother or mother, she said, "Are apne Swami ji aa gaye? This is not the time for the TV program. How come he has come? Is some special program?" Then her son said, "No, Swamiji himself is in our house. Really bring him here." So I went to her. She was sitting on a cot, and I said, "Hi Amma, how are you?" So she was looking blank in front. Then I understood that she can't see. She said, "Please sit down." I sat on the floor. She was sitting. And then she, eyes open. And then she was putting her hands on my head and face. "Oh, you have got glasses?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, you have got a beard also. Is it white or black or green?" See? So, what cannot be known by the sense organs can be, may be indicated by words. So, na vag gacchati, the speech also cannot talk about the truth. Na manaha. You can't feel, once it happened in Bombay probably, somewhere, they had a group of, this Osho Swamis and Sannyasis. I always go with them and have a good time pass acha. So, they call me specially. I don't know why. Maybe their prarabdha or my prarabdha. So when I went there and then all the things, I was sitting in the front. I had two friends with me. So everybody was given flowers to go and offer at his feet. So I also got up and offered at his feet. My friend told me, we are not going to do it. Don't do it. Why do you do it? I said, are you jealous? I do to you also. How does it matter? So then he started. Awareness has become an outdated word. We have discovered a new word. You feel. You feel consciousness. And everybody feeling like the tooth feeling, Friends, Upanishad very clear details. Na manaha. It is not an emotion to be felt by mind. See. Then it cannot be understood intellectually because it is not a concept. See? Na vidmaha. We don't know. Because concepts are subject to change. There was one professor somewhere in the US, after my lecture was over, he said, "Hey Swami, you told the concepts pretty well." I said, "Sir, I am sorry, I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. You are is the reality." See? And therefore, intellectuals find it very difficult to comprehend the truth because they conceptualize. And therefore, आ गया समझ में, हाँ पकड़ लिया, आ गया, छूट गए. Next moment gone. It is not a concept. So na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha. And we don't know yatha etat anushishyat, how the truth can be told, how it can be taught. See, it could be only in the language of riddles, language of contradictions. Like, these days our middle class IT professionals, they have got a lot of money. Therefore, they give a gift to their parents. Gift for going to Europe trip. There are many travel agents, in India doing Kesari travels. So, and then all these people, those who have never come out of Chinchbogli in their whole life, now they are going for a Europe trip. It's the biggest event of their life. And thereafter, when I was coming from London to Bombay, one, Ikde Tikde family, old. So I went to the bathroom and was relaxing my feet and hands. So that man came. "You are a Swami? You are a Swami?" I said, "Any objection?" "No, you are a Swami?" So I said, "There is no point." Then he looked at his wife. "Come here. You don't even know how to talk. Sit down here." He said, obedient. Then she got up. She came. "Do you know, have you watched TV?" I said, "Yes." "You look like Swami Anubhavananda." Do you know him? What reply will I give? I say, yes, no. Why yes, no? How can it be yes, no? I know because I am. And no because I don't know him as you know him objectively. See? Therefore, the sense organs, organs of action, mind and intellect cannot function. And therefore we can't tell you what the truth is like. Yatha etat anushishyat. How it can be taught to the students, I don't know. So the student gets disgusted, sir, please don't brush me away like this. Please tell. So the teacher says, okay, I shall tell you what my teacher told me. And then the teacher says, Anyadevatat viditat atha aviditat adhi. That which is beyond or other than the known and the unknown. What it is never said. Throughout Upanishad, nowhere it is mentioned what the truth is. Other than the known and the unknown. Now you find out. Chit. Today the topic is Chit, consciousness. Yesterday we finished Sat. Today we'll finish Chit. So what is Chit? What is consciousness? It is other than the known and the unknown. See, if I show you some object, what is on my palm? A remote control. Then I remove it. Now there is no remote control. So, this object remote control is known by us in two ways. It is and it is not. See? That knowledge wherein this option is available, option of is and is not, that knowledge falls in the purview of mind. See? And that knowledge where this option is not available at all. So when the option is available, is not, it is a knowledge through mind. But when it comes to our own presence, can we say this option, I am or I am not? See? And therefore the teacher says, it is other than the known and the unknown. Now the question comes, what is known and what is unknown? Other than that is the reality. So what is known? I know Gujarati, very good. But Paramatma is not Gujarati. Arey, gaya. Dokla thodi hai, gaya. Then I don't know Tamil. So Paramatma is not also Tamil. Idli gayi. So, Anyadevatat viditat aviditat adi, meaning all that falls in the purview of known and the unknown, when you discard that, what remains and which cannot be discarded is the truth. See? Therefore, Chit means that knowledge wherein the option of is and is not available. Chit means that experience where all our faculties become important and yet the experience continues to be without the requirement of sense organs and organs of action, mind and intellect. See? Like when we know a flower. A flower is known through 5 senses in 5 different ways. Like we know this building. We use the 5 senses. But when we come to recognize our own presence, suppose you are in a dark room and somebody asks, is there somebody? Can we say, I can't tell you there is no light. Unless the light comes, how can I tell you whether I am there or not? So our presence does not require operation of any sense organ or any mind or intellect. See, friends. Therefore, anya devatat viditat aviditat adi means that which is beyond the scope of sense organs, mind and intellect. So to discover the Chit, what is required? Like today, Prakash ji was asking me a question, very interesting question. The topic is the same, presented in two different ways. The one who has studied deeply, he only can get such a question. This topic comes in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 as well as in Kathopanishad. In Bhagavad Gita, the topic is Arjuna's question, under whose compulsion we do the wrong things. So the teacher says, Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhava. It is on account of the desire, alias anger. Then where this is located, Indriyani mano buddhi asyadhisthana muchyate. Therefore, if we want to get rid of this virus of desire, what is required? We have to go beyond the three. So how to go beyond the three? There the teacher says, Indriyani paranyaho indriyebhya param manaha manasastu parabuddhi yo buddhehe paratastu saha evam buddhe paramatma samstabhyatmanam atmana jahi shatru mahabaho kamurupam durasana. In this manner, the sense organs are subtler than the objects, and the mind is subtler than the sense organs, and intellect is subtler than the mind. So in this manner, start your journey from the objects, drop them, come to the senses, drop the senses, come to the mind, drop the mind, come to the intellect, and thus go beyond the intellect. Going beyond the intellect is the only way to go beyond desires. Intellectuals always justify their desires. And therefore the topic is developed like this. But in Kathopanishad the topic is developed in a different manner. There it is said that the sense objects are subtler than the sense organs. Because the topic is how the creation is. And there it is said, from the Panchatanmatras only the sense organs are created. And the Panchatanmatras, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, they are the objects of perception. Therefore, sense objects are subtler than the sense organs. And then, subtler than these Pancha Mahabhutas is the mind. Beyond that is the intellect, individual intellect. Then beyond that is the total intellect, the Mahat Tattva, Hiranyagarbha. Beyond that is the Prakriti, Avyaktat Purusham Paraha. Beyond the Prakriti is the Purusha. Purushanna Param Kinchit Saha Kashta Saha Paragati. Thus, when we start analyzing and understanding, the only way to get rid of all the problems of this world is to become aware of this phenomena. Whenever we are caught up in the worldly objects, we are enslaved by them. Whenever we are slaves of our sense organs, we become disgusted existence. Whenever we are emotional wrecks, we go to the psychiatrist. And whenever we are intellectuals, we suffer intelligently in this world. There is only one way, go beyond. And it is for this purpose the teacher says that which is other than the known and the unknown. Now what is known and what is unknown? Be attentive. One way I explained you. Second way, known is the effect. Unknown is the cause. See? Cause is always unknown. From the effect, we infer the cause. See? Therefore, that which is beyond the cause and effect is the truth. Now be attentive. If the truth is beyond the cause and effect, what should be the spiritual practice? Don't get lost into cause and effect. Why? Because the sky is too high. If you really want to discover happiness in life, delete 2 words from your dictionary. One Sardarji father was telling his son, "Beta, why don't you do this thing?" "Oh, it's very difficult, Dad, I can't do it." "Impossible, I can do it." So the father said to the son, "Beta, you know, Napoleon had said, there was no word in the dictionary of Napoleon like impossible. And you are telling it is impossible?" So the Chota Sardar says, he must have purchased a wrong dictionary. There has to be a word. So, these 2 words you delete from your dictionary, you will be happy just like that. Which are those 2 words? One word is why, second word is how. Our whole life is howling at the life and whiling away the life. Our immediate question will come, but why and how? Do it. See, this thing I learned many years before. I was somewhere in some temple, Shiva temple. And standing there after my darshan was over, I was standing, some people were yet to come. I was watching around, nice place, beautiful place. So one South Indian came with a complete attire, Those who are outside India, they are more, religious than those who are in India. So he came and being a South Indian, the complete South Indian attire, lungi, angavastra, and then, all kinds of marks and a dish antenna, and he came. And he asked me, "Excuse me, why there is no Shakti Stambha in front of the Shiva temple?" Before every Shiva temple there is a Shakti Stambha. Before every Vishnu temple there is a Garuda Stambha. So why there is no Shakti Stambha? No, I am not the owner of that. How do I know? So instead of telling him this way, I told him, "You please repeat the same thing again, deleting the word why." So he said, "There is no Shakti Stambha before the Shiva temple." I said, "Never mind, take darshan and disappear." Relax. How does it matter? Life becomes very easy. You just don't ask this question, why? See, all the problems of our life begin from the letter W. That is the most. I don't know why you are laughing. So, when you get this vision, you will be comfortably happy. The world is like that. We have never asked this question. Why the fire is hot? Did we ask? Then what do? We accept the fire is hot and then decide how to deal with that fire. Now apply the same principle. Don't ask a question. Why my husband is angry? No, deal with it. You know that this is the angry Brahman. Like, we have got different chocolate brands, So this is the angry brand Brahman. Brahman is there, but angry brand. And it is very easy to fool the angry people. Those who are intelligent wives, they can make a fool of their husband if they are angry brand. See? Go on praising. There is nobody like you. You don't have to say loudly, a fool. Relax. Life will be extremely happy. This is the only way we can go beyond the intellect. Intellect holds us by this catch called as cause and effect. So, if we have to go beyond the intellect, we drop cause and effect. Then you have no questions. Why the world is like that? Yeah, ऐसा ही होता है. See, it's like that only. Don't ask why. And when you drop this world, why? Then you have no question how to do that. Do it. How to do that. Those who have got this how, they are lazy. Find out. A simple example will make it clear. We have seen small kids, they don't know how to walk. Has any child ever asked his mother, Mummy, when you were a small baby, how did you walk? He discovers his own technique. Some of them start like, reptiles. Some of them sit and start, pushing ahead. Some of them become, the goats because they are kids. So they start walking like that. Some of them hold on to the wall or a curtain. Anything hanging, hold and stand. Like that, Everybody has got a new technique. They never ask how to walk. Those who ask how to do meditation, they are not fit for meditation. You find out, one person asked this question, Swamiji, how to control the mind? I said, why do you worry about my mind? No, not your mind, Swamiji, my mind. I said, how do I know about your mind? See? The day you accept this principle, your intellect will become quietened. See? Then you discover the things from within. The other side of the problem is answer. But we are not able to see the other side because in this side we are so preoccupied that we are unable to see the other possibility of life. So, other than the known and the unknown means that which is beyond cause and effect. See, cause is always in the earlier period of time. Effect is always in the later period of time. So that which is other than the known and the unknown, meaning that which is beyond limitations of time. Now find out Chit. Do we have the experience of our birth? We don't have. Somebody tells us. See, once I had a great experience of going to a delivery room in some hill station. One of my friend, an Andhra friend. Andhra people are eating a lot of spices and very hot-headed. So, his wife was supposed to deliver a baby and it was night 12:30, 1 o'clock like that. And he phoned me. Swamiji, please come, this nurse is troubling me and all that. I said, what? She doesn't allow me to go inside and talk and doesn't tell me anything. If I say something, she says, I'll call police. So at least you come and see what happened, I don't know. So I went. Spoke to that nurse in her language. And then she said, I'll allow you to go inside and see that lady and the baby. I said, look here, that is his wife and his baby. I had nothing to do. Let him go. No, to that man I will not allow you. Only official time he can go and check, not. So my friend, Swamiji, at least you go and see what is the result, I don't know. I'm simply outside waiting. I went inside and saw everything and then I asked that nurse, I said, look here, I have no questions, but just for my general knowledge because I will never get this opportunity in this terrible place. That time I saw for the first time in my life a newly born squirrel. And then when I saw that child, hardly few minutes or maybe an hour or so, and then I had to go and tell him the truth. So ugly and so terrible. So I asked her, I said, what was the time of birth? She told time of birth, 12:58. I said, I agree, I noted down. For my general knowledge, please tell, really it was 12:58? Because did you start? The moment it came out, you simply recorded the time? No. I said, then how did you decide? He said, look here, if we tell the truth, that the child is born at 12 o'clock, nobody will believe us. So we have to tell some odd figure. So if you tell 9:30, nobody will accept. 9:29, I do. So we neither have the experience of our birth, nor we have the experience that we are growing. See? That is why no old man wants to accept himself that he is old. In ISKCON temple in Juhu, Bombay, there was a marriage, and on the stage all the things go on. I was sitting there watching the Sakshi Drashta, and there was an old man sitting next to me, very well dressed and all that. And one small child, girl, very sweet girl, very nice, neatly dressed. She came running and like Alsatian jumped on her Dadaji and said, Dadaji, you have to come up there. He told her, don't call me Dadaji before everybody, call me uncle. So I was looking at him. I said, uncle, go ahead. Now, he does not have the experience that he is growing. Therefore, how can I become old? But people call us Dadaji because people see what we are not. See? Therefore, we have neither the experience of birth nor we have the experience of growth. Third, none of us have the experience of death. Mar ke dikhao? Nobody has. And yet, we suffer throughout our life. Last few months, one Sindhi gentleman in Bombay. Last few months, I am having a kind of a fear. Swamiji, can you help me? What is the fear? I am having a fear of death. I said, don't worry, I guarantee you will die. No, my fear is when I die, what will happen to my wife, my children, my property, my business? That is I am worrying. I said, you don't worry, you ask them. Then they will tell, Papa, we are waiting, go. See, friends, we don't suffer because of death. We suffer because of the fear of death. See, friends. Therefore, when the teacher says the truth is other than the known and the unknown, this can be only the pure consciousness referred in scriptures as Chit. See? It doesn't fall in the purview whether I know myself or I don't know myself. And because of that, you can't understand. You cannot know. And you cannot even unknow. In this manner, the teacher slowly brings the student to his own conscious being, and then he is told, where are we caught up in our so-called religious practices? We are caught up only in the objectivity. Consciousness can be recognized only if we drop objectivity from the knowledge. Knowledge with objectivity is mind. Knowledge without objectivity and subjectivity is consciousness. Because we don't recognize this principle, we ask a question. One youngster in a university college or somewhere asked me this question. Swamiji, have you seen God? So I looked at him. I said, why should I tell you? No, I want to know. I said, you may want to know anybody. I am not obliged to tell you. No, same question was asked by Vivekananda to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. I said, you may be Vivekananda, I am not Ramakrishna. Spiritual life is not a mimicry. Then when we ask this question, have you seen God? What it means? It means God is an object to be recognized through the sense organs. See? And therefore the teacher removes this last obstacle. Then remove the objectivity from your knowledge, then only consciousness is recognized. See? Therefore the teacher says there, Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate yash chakshushana pashyati yena chakshugam shipashyati tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. That because of which the mind is able to think in its own field, but that which cannot be thought of by the mind is the Brahman, the reality, and know that this reality thou art, you are that reality. Don't create objectivity in your knowledge. To recognize the Chit, the consciousness, one of the biggest obstacles is getting rid of this objectivity in the knowledge. Therefore, we never encourage concentration anywhere. Don't concentrate. Relax. If you concentrate, you go away from yourself. If you are listening to me with concentration, you will get tired. If you are listening in awareness, you will be relaxed. See, for example, you concentrate on this backdrop. Which color? Red color. See your experience. You are away from yourself. Then from there remove your vision and bring on my beautiful face. See, you have come nearer to yourself. Now, become aware of your own vision, not the objects. When you become aware of your own vision, this experience of yours is living in awareness. This is Chit. Bhagavan Shankara writes, Chittam chitcha vijaniyat takara rahitam yada takaro vishayadhyasaha japarago yathamanam. Chitta is essentially Chit. Takara rahitam yada, when the objectivity is removed from the knowledge. What J. Krishnamurti is to use the word objectless awareness. We are normally aware of something. We normally have knowledge of something. We normally have experience of something. This of something you did it. You cannot have efforts. If I speak very slow, or if some of us is hard of hearing, that person will have to put lot of efforts to listen. And when we put lot of efforts to listen, we get tired quickly. And when we get tired quickly, then after the lecture is over, Swamiji, your lecture was very good. Why we say like that? Because we want to hide that I could not hear. What did I say in the lecture? That's a different issue. Therefore, this is most important thing. To recognize whether we are living as consciousness or we are living as mind. How do we know? If we get tired in life, if we are frustrated in life, if we have this notion of a GK kya karenge, understand you are living at the level of the mind. And those who are living as consciousness, those who are living in awareness, for them there is no retirement because they are not tired. See? Who is a retired person? Even the government is really tired of, retired. Because it is good for nothing. No inspiration, only perspiration, continuous complaints. See, friends, no wise man living in this world ever complains. He lives through the same economic crunches, the same time scale, the same political turmoils. All the great masters have lived through the same thing where you and me are living, and yet they are at peace. Because they are no more living as mind, but they are living as consciousness. See? When we no more live as body, but live as consciousness through the body, that is the experience of Sat. When we no more live as mind, but live as consciousness through the mind, it is the experience of being Chit. Chittam chitya vijaniyat takara rahitam yada takaro vishayadhyasaha vishaya adhyasa. Now be very attentive. All the colors and forms have their existence only in the vision. Where are the colors and forms? They are only in the vision. See, unless the vision is there to illuminate, they have no existence. Like on the road signs, there is the radium, paint used. So when the other light falls on them, then only they reflect, show their presence. If there is no other light falling, they don't have their own light. In the same manner, the objective inert world have their own light. When the light of consciousness in the form of senses, for example, the vision falls on the color and form, then only that object becomes enlivened, not till then. So what is the reality behind the object? Not the object, but the vision. If there is no vision, there are no colors and forms. See? For a blind person, colors and forms have no value. For a deaf person, sounds have no value. They don't exist for him. So where are all these objects existing? All the objects are existing only in the sense organs. Principle number 1. Second thing, what is the sense organ? For example, eyes or the vision. Vision is expression of mind through the structure called as the eyes is called as vision. What is the hearing ability? The expression of the same mind through the structure called as the ear is called as the hearing ability. The same consciousness expressing through the nose gives us the poking ability. Pokeability. See, friends. So there are not 5 minds. Mind is one. That one mind alone has as if become 5 because of the 5 conditionings. See, like I have been talking for last 50 minutes, 50. How many minutes you heard me? Even this is not heard. Because the mind has already gone. So ears are there open, but you are not able to hear because behind the ears, unless the mind is, you cannot hear. See? So all the objects are nothing but the sense organs. All the sense organs are nothing but the mind. See? And what is mind? Mind is an expression of consciousness or the Chit through the body. See? Consciousness is present in living and the dead body equally. Consciousness is present equally in the sentient world and the inert world. But the capacity wherefrom it is manifesting, that differs. In the living body, there is the capacity to allow the consciousness to express as mind, and therefore, after the mind is manifested in the body, then only the body becomes enlivened. And if the same body is no more capable of allowing the consciousness to express through the body as mind, then the same body falls dead. See? So where is the jiva? There is nothing like jiva. You know, when I was talking on Amrita Anubhav somewhere in Bombay, one person asked me this question. Swamiji, when you say there is no jiva, do you know the writer of Gyaneshwari was Satchidananda Swami, who was enlivened by Gyaneshwar Maharaj. His body was being carried to the cremation ground, and then the story I will cut short, Gyaneshwar Maharaj enlivened him and he became his disciple, and he was talking and he was writing. Gyaneshwar Maharaj was talking and he was writing. So how do you say there is no jiva? If the capacity in the body has gone, there is no more manifestation of the mind, so it is a dead body. But how it can be again revived? I said, hey, you are very intelligent. Then I asked him, did you do this kind of experiments? What experiment, he asked. I said, look here, once, I did this experiment. I was somewhere and there was one table lamp and I was reading something. And suddenly the bulb became fused. Now there was no possibility of getting another bulb and all that. So what is to be done? So I took the whole table lamp, the bulb is attached to the holder as it is, and then slowly started tilting this way, that way. And when the filament connected, suddenly the light came. And my work was done. Now tell me, when the bulb became fused, light has gone, and again when the filament was established, contact properly, the light came. So it was the same light which has gone and the same light which has come. Find out. See, friends, when one bulb becomes fused, the light from the bulb doesn't go into another bulb. Then what is light? Light is just a manifestation, abhivyakti. It is not a vyakti. It is not the individuality. Therefore, all the objects are existing in the senses. All the senses are existing in the mind. The mind is existing in the pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is independent. This is Chit. And this is the technique of Laya Prakriya, as it is called. In Kathopanishad, the teacher gives these techniques to Nachiketa. Yachedvang manasi prajnaha tajjachet jnana atmani mahatini yachet tajjachet shanti atmani. First, yachet vang manasi prajnaha. withdraw the speech in the mind. First step. Speech takes us away from ourselves. So, how to do that? Very simple techniques. No evaluation, no judgment, no labeling, and know nothing about anything in this world. We don't have to vocalize our opinions about anything or anybody. One of the biggest spiritual practice. See, if you try this, you will see you will start experiencing peace without efforts. Once it happened in Bangalore, there was a huge gathering and youth basically, and there were 3 of us sitting on the table to answer the questions. So some questions were answered by the 2 wise people, and I was the other wise, so I was sitting quiet, and I was very happy. I don't have to talk. So a question came, then they said, we request Swamiji to reply this question. So the question was, what is your opinion about Ram Janmabhoomi temple construction? Then I said, look here, you have been listening to many wonderful replies from the great wise people, and I am not of that kind, so I will tell you a story. But unnecessarily becoming serious, there is no meaning. I can't stand seriousness. So we started. I said, why Cambodia, has a very high mortality rate? I have no opinion about it. Why Rama left Sita ji in the forest? I have no opinion about it. Why Rama killed Vali by hiding behind the tree? I have no opinion about it. Is it necessary that we have to opine on every issue? No. I said in the same manner, about this Rama Janmabhoomi, I have no opinion. Over. No, but I think, who asked you to think? See, yached vang manasi prajna. Many times it happens, I know I should not talk, but, and then we start telling. When you know you should not talk, keep your mouth shut.com. Keep on giving advice, opinions, This is a typical of Indians. Every Indian is a born philosopher. Every Indian is a great advisor. Every Indian is expert in somebody else's job, not his own. Evaluation, labeling, no need. Yached vang manasi prajna. See, you will come to know many a times, if we do not talk, it is better. Many times. Afterwards we regret. I don't know why did I talk. There is no need. Yached vang manasi prajna. Then tad yached jnana atmani. Now first be attentive. First, suppression of the mind through discipline. Second, education of the mind leading to sublimation. First, it has to be suppression. One youngster asked me this question, reading the books here and there. Swamiji, it is said suppression is bad for the mental health. I said, okay, I also don't want to be mental patient, so I will not suppress. What? I feel like giving a blow on your nose. Why should I suppress? Give one. But I will not do that, because first I suppress. No, I should not. Educate. If I give him blow on his nose, he will pluck my head and throw away. It is better to keep quiet. See, suppression is the only way to discipline your mind, followed by the education of the mind. Educate the mind. Yachet vang manasi prajna tad yachet jnana atmani. So when we educate our mind, thereafter the third step comes. See? So we stop commenting about the world, came to the mind. Now this mind is now merged in the intellect, educate the mind. And this educated mind alone is available for merging in the absolute consciousness. See? Uneducated mind cannot. Uneducated mind will ask questions. Suppose I am Brahman, so what? It is something like, okay, suppose I go to the 5-star hotel and read all the menu, so what? If you really go and eat, you will not ask a question. See? One person asked me this question somewhere in US. Swamiji, I just want to confirm. What confirm? No, like you, I am also realized. Is it okay? So I told him, first of all, it is not okay because I am not realized. No, you have to be realized, But I said, I am not. No, please, be realized. My question is, I want to get tips from you. Because after realization, you are coming on TV, but nobody takes me on TV. Give me some tips. See, friends. Then I told him, I said, Maharaj, you tell me, do you have any question or doubt about your presence, whether you are or you are not? That experience about which we have no question, we have no doubt, is living in consciousness. That is the only area where we have no questions, no doubts. We can never have questions or doubts about our presence. We can never have desires or anger about our presence. We can never experience our absence. This is Shante Atmani. This is the ultimate reality, the pure conscious being, Sat Chit. Therefore, here the teacher told us that Satchidananda Swarupa San Yat Tishtati Sa Atma. So Sat and the Chit definition given by Bhagavan Shankaracharya here is in simple terms, because it's a primary book. It is said here, Sat kim kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. That which is never denied in 3 periods of time is Sat. Then Chit kim, what is Chaitanya? Jnana Swarupaha. That which is of the nature of knowledge. And this conscious reality which is of the nature of knowledge, so here we have discussed knowledge is of 2 types. One type of knowledge creates a division in the knowledge in the form of knower known. Like the book is known, how this is a book, step number 1. I know this is a book, step number 2. And I am not the book, step number 3. So that knowledge where the triputi happens, that knowledge where knower known knowledge division happens is the mind. And that knowledge where this triputi does not happen. See, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Mattaha parataram. There is no cause of me. Mattaha anyat. There is nothing like me. Mattaha kinchit. There is no effect. I am the one beyond cause and effect. And this whole world is like what? Like Sutre Vadiganaiva. If the golden thread is holding the golden beads, there is an illusion that the thread is supporting the beads to make a garland or a rosary. But in fact, the thread is also the gold and beads are also the gold. In the same manner, the supported and the support is nothing but Paramatma. He who is living in this experience of being consciousness, for him this world is not an illusion. This world is Paramatma. Ishavastamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. See friends, these are the stages through which every seeker has to go. Because we look at the world, we recognize the world, what we have recognized ourselves. See, when I consider myself with the conditioning of wealth, suppose I think I am poor, then for me what is the world? Oh, the world is made up of two types of people, poor and rich. Both are conditioned by money. See? If I belong to America, then the world is consisting of two types of countries. One is overdeveloped, second is never developed. See? If I consider myself to be married, then there are two types of people in this world. Those who are married and those who are happy. See? So when you recognize your being as a conscious reality, then this world is nothing but pure consciousness. See friends, therefore Vedanta sadhana tells us, first discover yourself. And from that discovery standpoint, look at the world. Then you will come to know this world is nothing but Paramatma. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadam vyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogameshwaram bhutabhrunnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhutabhavanaha. In the 9th chapter of one says that the total world of names and forms is permeated by me. Therefore, they are in me, but I am not in them. And from my standpoint, if you ask, neither they are in me nor I am in them. So all the spiritual practice is changing your standpoints when you go through any experience. There are 3-4 standpoints which need to be corrected if we are walking the spiritual path. First standpoint is relative standpoint. Who is she? She is my relative. What do you expect from her? I expect absolute happiness from the relative. You can never get it. You can get relative happiness. उससे वो ठीक है. Not beyond. So this is a relative standpoint. Second standpoint is I, the subordinate and the boss. Second standpoint. So how to deal with the boss? There are 2 thumb rules. Thumb rule number 1, boss is always right. Thumb rule number 2, but if he is wrong, consult rule number 1. Relax. Don't carry the load of the boss on your head. The third standpoint is the boss is looking at the world. The ocean is looking at the waves. Name dveshostena priya. The fourth standpoint is that of the water. The water looks at the ocean, the waves, and from the water standpoint, neither there is ocean the cause nor waves the effect. That which is beyond cause and effect, that which is beyond the limitation of past and present and future, that which is uncreated, that about which there is no doubt or question, that about which there cannot be any desire, that is Chit, and that thou art. Don't go on imagining that I was sitting for meditation and Krishna came, and then I asked him, Krishna, where is your Murali? Oh, forgot. But never came. Don't get carried away by all this. These are all the mental projections. That which never goes and never comes is you. That about which you have no doubt is you. This conscious reality is our essential nature. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam